been born ready.
Okay, he was born ready, guys. Welcome to the wrestling roundup for the week. Today is April 10th.
10th, yeah.
We had just watched Smackdown and 205 Live.
Mhm.
UFC was shut down, but the WWE is not shut down, even though they did shut down the XFL today.
Yeah, a lot of news came out today.
Yes.
You know, if you think about it, a lot of news came out today.
Mhm.
You mentioned XFL shut down. Is it completely done?
More or less, they haven't. I mean, they could do 2021, but they fired everybody. I mean, there's no point in keeping people around if you don't even know if you can book stadiums and stuff. Like I said to you before we went on the air, they're not booking comedians for theater shows in 2020. So, like, it's almost like, well, let's wait and see. I mean, Vince McMahon, look, in November, if Vince McMahon puts out all hands on deck, I need people to work for the XFL, people will fucking apply. They need jobs. I'll go work for the XFL. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
So
know.
you could restart it at any
I got
moment.
booked for a theater show for next year. Someone sent me a message. All I gotta do is send them my social security number and then my birthday and all my information. Then I get on the theater bookings.
Who you open for? Fucking Andy Engel?
I'm opening for Jeffrey Paul.
Oh, well, that explains everything.
Oh, what else happened today? Big news. 2 people got released.
Yeah, the Revival got let out.
Did you see their new names?
Yeah, what was it? Say it to me again. Quasha Quisha.
Cash Wheeler was one.
I said Quasha Quisha.
Yeah, Cash Wheeler is Dash Wilder is now Cash Wheeler, which is very close, right? And Scott Dawson is now Dax something.
Dax Shepard?
Oh, no, not Dax Shepard. There already is a Dax Shepard. And
I know he's an actor, yeah.
He is pretty hot.
Who, Scott Dawson or
Dax Hardwood?
Okay.
Is it Harwood or Hardwood?
Hardwood.
Hardwood, yeah, like hardwood. That's fucking terrible.
Some fans are pushing for Cornette to manage them in AEW. And
no, not me. Fuck that. That's stupid.
Well, I don't think Cornette would want to go to AEW. Cornette. Oh, by the way, Cornette interviewed Kevin Sullivan on his podcast today. I'm curious to listen to that.
I'm not.
You don't care what Kevin Sullivan has to say?
I don't care what Jim Cornette has to say.
Yeah, but I want to hear what Kevin Sullivan has to say about the Chris Benoit murders.
Yeah, but this is not the only interview Kevin Sullivan's going to ever do. I mean, I can listen to another one.
He said, despite Andrew Lee, this is the only interview I'm ever going to do. I'm going to blow my brains out on Sunday night.
I don't like listening to Jim Cornette. I just don't.
I like listening to him. Jim Cornette's a lot like Tim Dillon. I like listening to him. I would not want to live with him or like go on I would not want to like do anything that involves me and Jim Cornette working together on something. But if I go to Jim Cornette, like if I like send in I email him a question, hey, what did you think of Kenny Omega this Wednesday? I like listening him go off. Okay, and then I just walk away.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair point. Oh, if you guys like listening to Jim Cornette, check out Dark Side of the Ring from this week. It's on that thing.
Yeah, I can't deal with Jim Cornette and Vince Russo still going back and forth. You know what I would like though, because Jim Cornette always, since the start, has talked about beating up Vince Russo. I would like Vince Russo to confront Jim Cornette and then proceed to beat the shit out of him. I'm not a Russo fan. I think Cornette has a better mind, just in general, than Russo. But Cornette has talked so much shit about how he could fuck up Vince Russo and that he will kill. I would just love Vince Russo to just beat the fucking shit out of him. I would die laughing.
Vince Russo's younger, so.
But Vince Russo won't even approach violence. He's smart though. You know why he's smart? Because if something ever happened, he could press charges or sue, and he has a history of always never agreeing to. But I would like it if Jim Cornette got one punch in, like Vince Russo lets him get one punch in, and then Vince Russo just fucking annihilates him. Like he's bleeding, he has a permanent limp. Jim Cornette, I would think that was because then I would love to see the follow up on Dark Side of the Ring.
I did like that moment in that Dark Side of the Ring where Jim Cornette was like, I want to choke the life out of you. That was really funny.
But you know what? Someone who talked that much shit about like fucking killing me, I would confront them like at a wrestling convention. I would like at a WrestleCon or a fucking, and I'd be like, okay, do something.
Yeah, but Vince Russo's a coward. So
Matt Coon, who's a fucking herb, but he did that. So Matt Coon used to co-host Vince Russo's podcast, and Jim Cornette like said all this shit on Twitter. I'm gonna fuck you up. Da, da, da. He's a big guy. So Maccoon saw him at like WrestleCon or something in New York last year, and went up to him and said, "Hey, you have a problem with me? Do you want to talk about it?" And Jim Cornette was like, "No, no, no, no." He's like, "Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? We can go outside. Like, if you want to fight, we go outside. Like, you have a problem with me, right? You said it in an email. You want to choke me and stab me." And Jim Cornette wouldn't even look up. So.
Yeah. Is that his real name, Matt Coon?
I think. I don't know. I don't know
Oh,
the guy.
okay.
But Jim Cornette, apparently Jim Cornette wouldn't even look at the fucking guy. And I saw a picture of him. He's a big guy. But, like, you kind of got to back it up at that point. Like, you just, like, wouldn't pick his head up.
Well, people have said that Jim Cornette's podcast, that's he talks like that because that's what his viewers like. That's what his
No, I think he really feels that way about a lot of things. I think he does. Yeah. He hates Kevin Owens. He hates Kenny Omega. He hates whatever. This isn't the Jim Cornette podcast.
No.
This is the Ray and Andrew Lee podcast where we talk
what
about.
Jim Cornette doesn't hate? He doesn't hate showing his dick to everybody. You guys can YouTube that. He flashes.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a fucking loser. Unlike people who watch Smackdown tonight, we're not losers. Smackdown was it live or was it pre-taped tonight?
I think everything was pre-taped. Okay. I was reading PW Insider. I saw the Squared Circle Reddit. They were saying that like they bring people in droves, so you can only come in if it's your like show. So the 205 Live guys, when they're taping 205 Live, they tape like 4 weeks in a row. They're the only ones in the building at that point.
I see. Yeah.
And when you're not in the ring, you have a mask on, and you have you can't sit near your opponent or near the other. You can only be near each other if you're in the ring or if you're cutting a promo.
Kayfabe. Don't sit by your opponent. Kayfabe.
But you have to wear gloves and a mask at all times when you're not actually wrestling, and they clean the mats and I get it's all clean, safe. Like, why are you even doing this? Like, here's the thing. Dave Meltzer sent out a tweet, and I agree with him. He goes, "The empty arena shows stink. Nobody wants to see them." And Cody Rhodes is like, "I disagree.
I disagree too.
I want to see them." But Cody Rhodes said, "This is the challenge that my generation has to face, and we're going to rise to the occasion."
I read that tweet. Yeah.
But I want to say, Cody Rhodes, this is not the challenge your generation has to face. Every other industry is shut down. You know, we're not like, oh, there's no more stand-up. Okay, we'll just go to Caroline's and go on the empty. This is the challenge me and Andrew Lee have to face. We'll just perform in front of no one at New York Comedy Club tomorrow. Like, no, we're just staying home.
I could see how it reads like that, but I think he just meant like
but there's no reason for you to do the show. There's no reason. The only reason is hubris and.
When he said the word challenge, this is like the challenge that this generation has to face. I didn't think he meant it like the way it sound like maybe some people read it, but I think he just meant like, oh, this is just like, like somebody would say like these are challenging times where.
Yeah, they are, but you know what? You can still do a show without having people in the ring, and both companies don't seem to process that. It's like just say. I wish they would just say we don't give a fuck. We're gonna keep doing this in the ring.
Yeah, because this was about ratings. This tweet was about ratings, right? Yeah, I don't give a shit about ratings right now.
People were arguing, but the ratings for NXT and AEW were so bad, and people, NXT won. Like I'm like, dude, they both got probably beaten by like a rerun of Friends. What the fuck are you bragging?
You got beaten by News. I'm sure News is
big. It's not.
Yeah. So this was all pre-taped tonight, SmackDown, but
I guess I don't know when.
Commentary was Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Any reason why Corey Graves didn't get to call any WrestleMania?
I don't think he was around. I think he just was around this weekend. I remember Carmella.
Didn't he do pre-shows?
Yes, Carmella was sick, and they pulled her from the match 2 weeks ago. Remember, he's fucking Carmella.
Yeah.
So he probably quarantined with her. The quarantine period was up. So they let him do the pre-show with Pete Rosenberg. I wouldn't be Pete Rosenberg, but Pete, what the fuck his name is? He lives in the New York area. I wouldn't be surprised if both those pre-shows were taped last weekend in Stamford.
Oh, okay. Well, both Corey and Carmella were on the show.
Back.
So I'm guessing they had almost everybody I thought who had the virus doesn't seem like they had it. So Corey and Michael Cole on commentary. First person comes out. New Universal Champion, Braun Strowman,
Yep.
with his fancy Strowman Express train T-shirt. Did you like that?
No.
No.
It looks so corny. Looks bad.
Well, you know what looks bad? Pretending that there's an audience there and still talking in the ring like there is one, which was the whole show.
He was bad. He was his pro. Yeah, they're back to pretending there's an audience, which is take you out of it. And he's really bad at it. He's not.
Yeah. So Braun Strowman, they play his entrance theme. He comes out, walks,
showing the belt to no one.
Yeah, showing the belt. Big smile on his face because it's a baby face. Goes to the ring, starts cutting a promo. Nakamura's music hits. Nakamura comes into the ring, and I mean, he sounds like when he speaks English, Nakamura always sounds like he's drunk, like he's slurring his words and stuff. I dig it.
I mean, I like the promo, but like also like it was like I don't know. It's just I wouldn't have him talk that long uninterrupted because I could tell he was struggling a little bit.
Yeah. It was just a promo to set up the main event for tonight, Nakamura versus Braun Strowman. Nothing that needs to be like, oh, this is a memorable promo kind of thing. The first matchup was a rematch from WrestleMania, Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, who are now the tag team champions. I mean, I hate instant rematches.
Because what's the point? You just charge people $60.
Yeah, what's the point of? Yeah, you're just fucking people out of them who paid money for it. But I get it; these are trying times. It was a decent match. It was just like last time. It was a good match. I like Kyrie saying, you see her do like foot stomps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was good.
And then, Alexa Bliss. There's a moment where Asuka gets on top of the commentary table, put the headphones on, and she's like going crazy. And then Nikki Cross gets on the table too, and I thought it would have been great if she had put on headphones, like a headset, and they just would have started going off on each other. But instead, she just rips her like shirt off almost.
That's her thing.
Knocks her down and does the whole ODB thing where she's just like shaking her boobs, right? You know ODB when she's doing that. I was like, all right, I guess she's retired now. And
no, she's still in TNA.
No, she hasn't been on Impact for a bit. She was
at the January pay-per-view.
Yeah, because her food truck got put on fire, and Impact was like, "We're gonna give you all this money just because you lost everything, and we're gonna pay you." And
this is real.
Yeah, this is real. So ODB retired. She had a food truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like ODB's barbecue, and she would drive it around. And she went to, I thought
this was a storyline that they did. Like,
no, this is the real thing. Yeah, she went to like Starrcade or something. Is it Starrcade or Starrcast?
Starrcast.
Starrcast. I think she went there, because you could do autograph signings, and then she has a food truck. People go like, "Oh, I want to meet ODB," so they go to her food truck. It ended up, I think it was there. It was probably a different event, and her food truck got on fire. Her insurance won't cover it for some reason, so she lost everything, her life savings, and Impact Wrestling. They put on a show and they said, all the money we raise is going to go to you. We actually want you to come to the show. Like, we'll honor you. And in return, she wrestled a few times for them, but that was it. Like, she hasn't wrestled since. She wrestled on NWA Power like once or twice, but that was also like months and months ago. So yeah, I think she's done. Yeah.
She you know what? She hates you. She told me.
She does hate me. She did tell me that.
So what's after that tag match? I forget.
After that tag match, we get Elias singing a song. Oh, it's not the same when there's no crowd, man.
It's also not the same that he's a babyface.
Yeah, because his songs are like cheesier. When he was a heel, he just went for the jugular a lot of times. But sings. And then we see a Mandy Rose and an Otis video package of kind of the whole thing of what happened, all the WrestleMania with them winning, with Otis winning, and then it leads straight to another rematch from last week.
So that's better. That's not as bad as a rematch from WrestleMania.
You're right. It's not as bad, but it was like literally the Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. That was on Saturday, and this Tucker and Dolph match was last Friday. Yeah, literally a day apart. By the way, that Kabuki Warriors match, Bliss and Cross wins with Nikki Cross does her finisher to Purge, and then boom, covers for the win. Asuka did not get pinned, so it was Kairi Sane who got covered.
Good, fuck her.
And this one, Dolph Ziggler wins by giving him that super kick, and then just like, you know, he does a thing where, oh, I'm so tired after this super kick, I'm going to just fall on you, cover, you know? And Tucker looked good in this match.
Tucker, a lot of these guys are benefiting from this coronavirus. Tucker's one of them. We'll talk about some other people later on, but yeah, I like Sonya with Dolph, and I know she's gay, but like, I like the chemistry they have together. I feel like maybe she's not that gay. I don't know. Like, I like the chemistry they have together.
That was a good point you brought up. Dolph did come out with Sonya Deville, but they still didn't reveal why she did it. Like, she betrayed Mandy. They just kept saying, we just want the best for Mandy Rose. But
that's what all my female friends say, though. That is the thing that female friends always say. Like, we just want the best for you. That's why we don't want you to bang the guy that you're clearly attracted to.
Bang the guy you're attracted to. What?
No, we can't do that. But it will be interesting. Next week they confront each other, so that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you know what's cool about this match with Tucker versus Dolph? There was last week it ended with Dolph doing the zigzag on Tucker on the stairs, on the steps, that is, on the steel steps, and they try to do the same spot. This time Tucker catches him, and he threw him on the announcer's table. Right?
Yeah, that was good.
Really cool. He caught him. He wouldn't go for the zigzag. He just threw Dolph onto the announcer's table. I was like, that. And Tucker looked badass. Even though he lost, he looked good both weeks. Both losses.
Yeah, I like Tucker. I think Heavy Machinery has really become a good team, and I think they've benefited from working with Dolph. So
yeah. You know what's not benefiting from this quarantine?
Yeah.
This whole dirt sheet segment, which was next. It was Miz and Morrison. Coming out and doing they sang.
I like Morrison alone. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think WrestleMania proved that Morrison does not need Miz. Miz needs Morrison. But I don't know. Yeah, it was corny. Ho, hey, ho, ho, Miz and Morrison, and yeah.
Yeah, so Miz is not sick because he was out tonight.
Or that, or he just doesn't give a shit. I get the feeling Miz doesn't. I get the feeling like that you can tell Miz that you have AIDS, and he'll still fucking show because he just likes being in WWE. So
yeah. These are the universe's AIDS. Right? Yeah. Well, basically it's Dolph Ziggler and Miz, not Dolph Ziggler. It's John Morrison and Miz in the ring doing the dirt sheet, and they recap some stuff that happened, like the Boneyard match from WrestleMania, and they make really cheesy jokes about it. Then
that's all they ever do. Yeah.
Then they start doing their song, which is it's awful. And I get it. People are gonna say, "Oh, they're heels, they're bad guys. You're supposed to hate them." Like, this is not the kind.
They've always been kind of like,
yeah. And then obviously, because no other tag teams are around, you get the New Day come out, you get the Usos come out, and everybody says cheesy stuff, and it's a waste of time. Fast forward through it.
But next week they're gonna have Big E versus one of the Usos versus The Miz for the tag belts to make up for.
That's so stupid again.
Yeah,
you're having a 3-way for the tag titles, but one member from each. That's stupid.
Yeah.
You know what was not stupid? This next match.
What was it? Sons. They made the debut.
Mm-hmm. Forgotten Sons versus Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. I liked it. They look good.
Well, I'll tell you, I think Jackson Riker, they got their eyes on him. And I think that he has a future.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the other two. They did not look as good body-wise. But I think that he was Gunner in TNA, right?
Yes. Jackson Riker was Gunner from TNA. Out of all three of them, it's like the New Day. They're like a three-guy team, but Gunner, Jackson Riker is the biggest, scariest looking one.
They kept going to him. At the end of the match, the camera zoomed in on him, and I'm like, Vince has his eye on that guy.
Yeah, he's huge. He looks,
and he has a good presence. The other two, I don't know about the other two.
There was this one funny moment where
we're not forgotten no more. Didn't he yell that?
No, it was something like that. Yeah, they were fighting Lucha Party. And Cutler, he goes, "Ain't no party like the Forgotten Party." And I was like, that made no sense, but all right, man. It was so
Ain't
stupid.
no party like the Forgotten Party.
Yeah, because they're the Forgotten Sons, and I was like, no, that does not sound good. But Cutler wins. They do that foot stomp thing. It was good. It was a good debut. And then,
Yeah, I'm glad they're up, and I think that we're gonna see some big things in the next year for Jackson Riker.
yeah,
Whether we like it or not.
they needed a call-up tag team anyway.
No. But I'm saying, like, I think he's gonna break away from them, and he's gonna be like a Vince project or a Bruce Pritchard project. I see things for him. So
You know what? I'm okay with that. If that's true, I'm okay with that because I like him. Next, then we had a backstage segment with Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss talking about their tag titles, and then Dana Brooke and Carmella come ask him for a title shot, and Nikki Cross goes, "Yes, we'll give it to you." Now, when I was watching this, I thought they were saying they were going to get a title shot next week.
yeah,
but
then they have Carmella fighting somebody next week. Right?
Dana Brooke, yeah.
Dana Brooke fighting Naomi.
Yeah, I rewatched it. They never said next week. They're just eventually going to get a title shot. I'm assuming Money in the Bank.
When the corona clears up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nothing segment, and it led
I like
to...
Alexa Bliss. I like her personality more. She's more of a bit like she's developing into a good baby face. I feel where she isn't losing her edge, but she is being nice. It doesn't look weird when she's being nice. It's still like she's still like the kind of like the bitchy Alexa Bliss, you know?
It's because her and Nikki Cross have good chemistry. I know what you're talking about. It's a little bit of the odd couple chemistry.
Yeah.
You know? And Alexa Bliss, she's coming off looking good in this. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's two ladies who also have pretty decent chemistry. Sasha Banks and Bayley, they come out to the ring.
Sasha Banks, I feel, has benefited a lot the last few weeks. First of all, she looks amazing lately.
Mm-hmm.
And also I like her character work. I like that she's taking a backseat to Bayley, which is weird because she was supposedly the boss. I like what they're doing. I like what Sasha Banks is doing, which is her facial expressions and her body language. I really like, and even Bayley has come across better since this whole empty arena thing has happened.
Okay, so I think it's a little too much now at this point.
Okay, well, Sasha Banks has to turn on her. But this is what I think. I think Sasha Banks is going to win Money in the Bank. I think to me, it's going to be Tamina versus Bayley at Money in the Bank. Tamina's going to win. Bayley's going to win. Sasha Banks cashes in, gets the belt.
Okay, yeah, because what happened was while they were in the ring just doing their stupid talking, Tamina comes out and Bayley sets it up where Tamina and Sasha Banks are going to have a match next week. And if Tamina wins, she gets a shot at Bayley's title, which would make sense of what you're saying about Money in the Bank. I just want this to be over. I just want the Sasha Banks and Bayley.
They were so, you know what? They have been how many years have they been pushing this? Like 2 years?
Yeah, that's what I'm just done. I need it to be over. Like I need to be over next week. Like,
this is like, can you imagine like if they dragged out Triple H and Shawn Michaels, Triple H turning on Shawn Michaels this long?
I was hoping WrestleMania was going to start. It was going to start at WrestleMania where they're going to start like something was going to happen where Sasha Banks either cost Bayley the title or whatever, and then they start. And it obviously didn't happen. This needs to end.
Sasha Banks needs to go back to being the full boss. Like if she's gonna be, if Michael Cole's gonna be, it's boss time. She's got to go back to being arrogant. She's got to go, I am the best, not Becky, not Bayley. I am the motherfucking best, and she needs to what?
How did Michael Cole say it again?
It's boss time all the time. Like meanwhile, she's like cowering behind Bayley now, and I kind of like that. I kind of like the storyline where Bayley got more confident. Now Bayley's the one with all the confidence, and Bayley's the one bossing the boss around. When Bayley was like Little Miss, in 2015, Bayley's like, oh, like the little meek one, and Sasha Banks is like, bitch, you ain't shit. And now I like the evolution, but now it's time for Sasha Banks to restore her bossness. So when Michael Cole says it means something. Oh, it's boss time.
Yeah, it makes no sense to call yourself the boss and say that when you're acting like the servant.
Bitch.
Yeah.
So I think it's time. But who's benefited too from this empty arena bullshit is Tamina Snuka. Because I'll tell you what, they wouldn't be giving her this push if there were fans in the audience.
Yeah, because Right. Yeah. The empty arena thing, she's definitely benefiting from it.
She's benefiting a lot from it. She is, and they're letting her talk. And and for the first, I mean, I don't know when I actually gave a shit about Tamina Snuka, but like the past few weeks, I actually give a shit about her. So
Yeah.
this is the best thing ever for her career. Hopefully, more people die so she wins the belt. So.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care for her, but I don't also hate
I mean,
her.
I don't care, but I don't like. I'm not like, oh, why is Tamina Snuka on my TV? I'm like, this is.
Yeah. She's just there. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
She's just like she's her next opponent. It's a fresh face. It's fine because Tamina's been gone for a while. Speaking of fresh faces, next match we had was Sheamus versus an NXT jobber, Cal Bloom.
I'm so done. I wish Sheamus would go back to being the bar version of Sheamus. I'm not. I don't want it. This is just like such a retread of what he did 10 years ago. I'm like,
Yeah, this is like Sheamus now looks like the first version of Sheamus.
It's amazing how the guy hasn't aged.
Yeah, I mean, someone with that pale should not be. Yeah, he's aging very well for someone who's that pale.
But also, like, I like him better when he's with Cesaro, and this. I don't like this version of Sheamus was always annoying.
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't a big fan of this version of Sheamus. I just was like, he's this dude, but he did look good tonight. He looked really good.
I mean, he's always looked good. I mean,
his intensity was up there.
He's a good wrestler. It's just they never give him anything good to work with. He's another guy like Edge that's never really had anything that good to work with.
There was this one moment in this match where he had Cal Bloom, on the outside of the ring, getting ready for those the clubs, right? The Celtic club is what I call it. And he goes, "I love the sound of silence," and then he just starts beating the crap.
Yes, I remember that.
The 10 beats of the Badarinth, and dude, they were so loud. And the guy, you could tell he was getting hurt. He was just like moving his hands to like block the hits. I mean, that part I've seen look good. By the way, I looked this guy up. Cal Bloom, he is a second generation wrestler.
Who's his father?
Wayne Bloom.
Oh yes, from he was in WCW, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
What was the tag team name in WWE?
Wrecking Crew, Beverly Brothers.
The Beverly Brothers. Yep, his dad was one of the Beverly
Brothers. Wow, like father like son, being a fucking jobber loser. Okay.
There was one of the NXT jobbers on Raw. I think his name was like Matt Martell. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Is that Rick Martell's son?
No, he's not. I looked it up and I was like so disappointed.
Smash's son was like a hot indie wrestler for a minute, and then he kind of vanished. He was in a TNA. He was in one. Remember TNA did those Destination X pay-per-views where it was all like indie. Like Pac was on one of those. He was on one. Dorso's the last name. Yeah, Smash's.
Wait, Dorso? Yeah. I remember him now.
Barry what was the name of the son? Randy Darso or something?
No, I think he just went with that last name.
Yeah, he was a hot indie guy, and then it didn't really go anywhere. Smash's son. I don't know what
happened. I don't know. He probably went on a podcast something bad about the wrestling.
He probably said Carolina doesn't pay me enough on a podcast.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah. Well, they didn't.
I can derail you,
Well, I mean, so can Corona. It can derail your business. Good luck shoving people in that building 5 months from now, idiots.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, Sheamus looked good. I just wanted to say that. I thought it was I think they're gonna build him up to eventually face Braun.
Yes. Or the Fiend. So.
Yeah, or the Fiend. Yeah. The next thing we had, second to last thing we had, was Jeff Hardy little video package. They called it Chapter 1, and basically they took clips from their 24 documentary about Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, if you've never seen that 24 documentary, which is a good documentary, it was worth watching. Put Jeff in a good light. And then the final match we had, they had 5 matches. This is the last one. Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura, set up from the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. Nothing happening match. Braun Strowman wins, even with interference. And at the end, Bray Wyatt comes out, and then he starts talking.
I like the fact they showed the 2015 clips.
Yeah, they showed the clips of how Braun Strowman was brought into WWE because of Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
And how he calls it, "I am your creator," or something like that.
I like that.
Yeah. And then it ends with Braun getting the last laugh because he goes,
I'll let you in.
Yeah, I'll let you in with a smile on his face. I thought
Yeah.
it was a little
See you
cheesy.
later. I thought that
Yeah.
was kind of cool. He's like basically. I like the fact how the baby faces are like, I'm not playing your fucking games. Like I like Goldberg did that, and
Hmm.
now Braun Strowman's doing that. I think that, and then when the Fiend gives you that look, it's like you shouldn't fuck with this guy. He basically created time travel last weekend. Um,
He
I
did.
hope.
He did. Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I hope they. I know Braun Strowman's not that deep of a character, but I hope they have another Firefly Funhouse match for the title. I
I
hope it's
hope it's
not a regular
train
match.
themed because
I hope
he
it's not like a
Roman
regular like
Express.
in the ring match. I want while this pandemic's going on, I want everything Bray Wyatt or Undertaker related to be completely insane. I don't want anything in the ring in an empty arena with those
I
characters.
think every top WWE guy has to have his own like gimmick match. Like he needs to have
I
a
think the Money in the
training
Bank match the briefcase should be like in a helicopter and they have to like ride jet skis to get it. Like it's just everything should be insane at this
Everybody
point.
should have their own like gimmick match. If Undertaker's gonna have his boneyard and Fiend's gonna have his firehouse, a
When
firefly.
Sasha fights Bayley, it should be a boss match where they're both in an office wearing like high heels and a skirt, and they have to like rip each other's clothes off. And
Otis
that's
gets in a ham match where you got to eat a ham, and then you kind
uh,
of wrestle. Yeah.
fucking. I think they should just go balls out insane. You know what I would do. To be honest, this is what I would do while this is all going on. You know what match I would book? You're gonna say I'm fucking insane, but you could do it if you do it in the cinematic style. Drew McIntyre versus Becky Lynch unification match.
Drew McIntyre versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean like doing stuff that like Lucha Underground probably would have done?
yeah. Why
Um,
not?
where's Lucha Underground right now?
Out of business.
Yeah, that's probably why you want to do it. You know,
But well,
dude,
they're gonna go to business anyway because we're all gonna die. So
yeah, that's
we're just gonna
true.
take risks.
Um,
Next up was 205 Live. Did you manage to see this?
yeah, I did. I watched the whole thing. It was weird because when my network changed where they put the featured up first now instead of the watch now. It's like
You gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go all the way down to watch now.
weird.
That network interface is such ass. The old one was so much better.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like yeah, it's fucking stupid. But Nice versus Birch is up first. It's all right match. By the way, Aiden English is off commentary. It was Byron Saxon and John Cuasta. I think that's Cuasta. Cuasto is his name, I think.
Okay.
Better chemistry together than Aiden English. Goodbye, Aiden English. She was terrible on commentary.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, they probably like, why are we flying this guy in just to sit in an empty room? Like, we could have Brian Saxon just do double. Like, why the fuck?
Yeah.
It's probably also cost cutting. You don't really
want-
need the 205 Live announcers there during a pandemic.
Yeah, I want Aiden English to just go back to wrestling. Just get him
I
back.
want Aiden English to go back to singing. I think that's what he should be doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's doing everything he's mediocre at. It's like I don't want to name names, but there's like a comedian who was like he had like degrees and stuff, and he does. It's like, why aren't you just doing the things with the degrees? That's what you're good at. You probably would have already solved Corona. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, nah. Moving
You get my
on.
point. It's like why do people do things they're mediocre at? Like, hey, I'm really good at this thing. I know I'm gonna do two things I'm fucking terrible at: wrestle and announce. No, just sing.
Yeah. So Nice and Tony Nice versus Danny Burch. Tony Nice wins with the running Nice. Good match. Nothing really happening in this, but it's just like a standard match. But what was really interesting is the announcement after this, where they finally announced that because Jordan Devlin.
Oh, they announced this on NXT. You missed it.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
I watched NXT. I totally missed this.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I miss that? The NXT was really bad, I thought, this week. But
I barely watched that Gargano. That was like a worse version of the Edge match. I'm like,
oh my gosh. They went up on the trailer again and then did nothing and then they came back down. Can you guys stop going up on the trailer if you're not going to do anything?
How about this? Save that match until you can, or film it on location. Stop filming in the Performance Center. I don't know. It's just.
If you guys are trying to say that these guys really hate each other and they really want to fight, it makes no sense that they would just go on top of a trailer. And then
You know what? I got to say, they have dragged out this feud way too long. I also think Gargano, I know Ciampa likes to be in NXT. In fact, he told them, I'll quit if you move me to the main roster. That's fine, Blackheart. But I think Gargano missed his window to go to the main roster and be something. I think he completely missed it, and I think he's fucked. I think he's fucked. I think he could have had something. I think they dragged this out way too long. That's number one. Number two, nobody gives a shit anymore about these two. Nobody. And number two, I don't think he should be a heel. And number three, he should have been on the main roster, at least fighting like somebody, I don't know, like on Raw or something at this point.
No. He's too small. He would have gotten misused. And dude,
well, he's gonna get misused now. It's over.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he should kill himself live on the air. I think that would be good for his career.
I think it's better off that he's on NXT than anywhere else.
But what do you get? Keep fighting the fucking Ciampa for 97 years? Like nobody gives a shit at this point.
Yeah, I know. But that's WWE's MO. Just run feuds to the ground. Just run it to the ground.
Well, they run these guys because these are the two guys that don't want to leave. Everybody else, they want to move up. So
WWE is like a comic who has a joke and it works, so he uses it for years.
And then he can't use it anymore because like society's going to collapse next time he goes on stage. So what is he
But
he do?
Keeps using it. They just like keeps using it. Just hey, it worked for me in 1985. It's got to work for me now. You know.
Hold on. Let's talk about comedy for a second. Imagine like okay, let's say the United States collapses.
Yeah.
New York City collapses. Like it's just basically like a bunch of rebel like cities and states, kind of like the Russia was for a while. But somehow we bring comedy back, and one of these old comedians is still doing like the same jokes when the country was still afloat. That's gonna be the saddest, but also funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like like just doing jokes like before we started like stabbing each other for bread in the streets or whatever the fuck is gonna happen to us. He's still doing like, you ever go to a restaurant? And it's like there is no more restaurants. We're in a refugee camp.
It's gonna be like, hey. Remember when answering machines would just like never let you finish your message? What was up with that? Right?
Yeah. There's no more cell phones. We destroyed all the 5G towers.
Hey, I remember when I used to have a beeper and I used to act like a big shot, but really I used to get a message, but it really be for my mom. You know, like I have no idea.
So the next match
we forgot to talk about.
Jordan Devlin's promo.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin. They never mentioned coronavirus. But they said, I'm not allowed to travel because of the travel ban. I can't defend my championship. So starting next week, 205 is going to have a cruiserweight tournament.
No, it's going to be on NXT.
What? Oh, on NXT, yeah. Oh, to crown the interim cruiserweight champion. Who do you think is going to be in it?
Probably the 205 Live guys, but they're going to be
I think Kushida's going to be in it.
I think he's going to win it. I think Kushi Bushi's going to win it.
Kushi Bushi, that's his name. That's right. Kushi Bushi. Sorry.
What you would call it. But here's my thing. Why are they still – if you're not going to have some tournament matches on 205, what is the fucking point of 205? Like
I know. Kushi Bushi. That's his American name.
Yeah, Kushi Bushi. What is the point? So the next match, and again, they did a weird angle with this match. Gentleman Jack Gallagher versus the other. Was it Oni? It was Oni, right?
Oni Larkin. Yep.
I feel like this show now is just those four guys.
Yeah, it's a rotation of those four guys.
So, and every now and then Tyler Breeze just shows up to say hi, like, "Hey, everybody."
This was a hard-hitting physical match. It was so physical. They were just slapping the shit at each other.
Yeah. And then Tony Nese came down.
And that's what a bullshit finish. I was so annoyed. I was like, fuck.
So who's the good guy in Tony Nese, Jack Gallagher?
What?
Who's the good guy in that feud? Or does anyone give a shit?
No, there's no good guys.
They just
there's no good guys in 205 Live. They're all bad.
There's just people. They're like lost. These poor guys have to come in.
They're all heels.
Didn't Oni ask for his release and then making him work through a pandemic? At least.
Yeah. It was a work, brother.
Overall, it was an alright night of wrestling. I thought it was better than Raw.
You know what it is? It's and the situation this world is in right now, like I really can't come. I feel really bad about like saying I didn't enjoy.
I don't because that's what we're supposed to do. I mean, like, what?
Because we're one of the lucky few where the sport that we enjoy is still available for us.
Yeah.
If you're really into basketball, you're fucked. If you're really into baseball, you're fucked. But if you're really into pro wrestling, you still get it, and I'm grateful for that. So
last weekend I had a ton of fun. Monday was boring and Ray DeVito was here. I had a ton of fun.
I like
those 4 days, because you had Friday SmackDown, Saturday Mania, Sunday Mania, Monday Raw. It was like my WrestleMania vacation.
You can actually watch new content almost every day. So if even on Sunday when there is no, like, let's say WrestleMania,
Well, this Sunday they
MLW,
have a Broken Skull interview with Ric Flair.
with Ric Flair,
Mhm.
and you also, if you have YouTube, which everybody does, MLW they have still new content for the next 2 more
And
months.
there's still Ring of Honor episodes, right? Even though it's just probably like just like recaps and shit. Right?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's new content, but obviously, if you watch on Tuesdays, you got AEW Dark. That's always new content. And the only thing was Thursday.
Impact.
Impact Wrestling, and on Thursdays I used to watch Impact's on Tuesdays. Thursdays I used to watch what is that thing called again?
But Thursdays is UK.
I know, but this week was the first week where now they ran out of content.
So what was this week?
This was recaps. They had the I forget, Steven Shepard or Sam Shepard. He's the commentator. He was at home doing what we're doing, and he's like, obviously we the best that we could do. And
I wonder if they're gonna do empty arenas over in UK, or if the UK is gonna be like, bloody fucking not, mate.
No, I don't think they can. Yeah, they're just done. And
just show fucking yeah. I think UK is gonna be a little bit more.
By the way, so SmackDown, at the end of this SmackDown, or right before the last match, this is what they announced for next week. Miz versus Big E versus Jey Uso. Sasha Banks versus Tamina. Money in the Bank qualifying match, Daniel Bryan versus Cesaro.
That's going to be good.
Money in the Bank qualifying match, Dana Brooke versus Naomi. And most importantly, Sonya answers Mandy Rose. So hopefully we get the full explanation of why she did it.
It should be an interesting SmackDown, and it should be. I want to see if they give another 97-minute match for Apollo Crews.
Yeah, so, they have. So SmackDown already has 4 matches announced, and one thing that's building up.
That's like, you can make that the whole. That could be the whole show, just those 5 segments. You already got a show.
I agree. That's
just two dopey 205 Met Live. I guess only Loken could fight Kushi Bushi. I don't know.
Yeah. Overall, I enjoyed everything tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. It's good. I like doing this podcast with you because it is a very interesting trip that we're going on together, Andrew Lee.
This is the one podcast that won't get you in trouble, Well,
I'll find a way. Thanks for paying me $400.
No, you were close. You were close a few times tonight. You were close a few times tonight.
Give a shit at this point. When they reopen, when the clubs reopen in 2029, they're gonna be like, "You remember when the country was standing?"
Yeah. Nobody's listening to this podcast anyway. So,
no, people are. We're building a fan base.
We are. I have no idea. I enjoy doing this. I just love talking wrestling, and in the beginning, I was trying to be more not trying to shit on things, but what's the point? I'm just gonna shit on everything. I'm like,
I feel bad. We think Mandy Rose is like, oh my god, Andrew Lee and Ray Gootz did my segment. I'm gonna go blow my.
Did you watch AEW Dynamite this week?
No, I meant to, but my friend Lynette came over and we watched Louis C.K.'s special, and I just never got around to it. It could have been better. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was really, really funny, but I think he could have talked more about the dick thing. He only talked about it a little bit. I feel like he should talk about it for the whole 2 hours.
You're talking about he talked about him jerking off.
Yeah, but he only talked about a little bit, and I'm like, no, dude, I want you to talk. That's all I want you to talk about. I just want you. I want you to tell me step by step what happened. I think he can make it really funny.
Do you remember when his set was leaked from somebody recorded him from one of the clubs, one of the governors, and one of the things that I said was he only talked about his jerking off thing just for a little bit, and he just moved on. And I always felt that way too. I was like, I don't know if it's the same one, but I was just like, yeah, man, he could have just really went in there,
Yeah,
but he just went to the surface.
Yeah, he only hits the surface. His big punchline is Obama knows what I like. Obama knows my thing. Isn't that weird? And it's like, dude, you're bragging that you know Obama. I want to be also, do you really think Obama spent more than 3 seconds thinking about that?
Yeah.
He's got real things. I don't know, but it was It was fine, you know. I don't know, like somebody said it was very brave. I'm like, it's not brave. He knows everybody's at home, and he's like, I'm gonna get money out of people. Like, how is that? It's smart, not brave.
You know what we need to do? We need to stop using that word, brave. We need to stop using that word. I mean, as a society, because
Yeah, we do. Because half the time when people say things are brave, they're not brave at all.
You know who actually are brave? The people who are like working at the hospitals right now.
Or
They're
the essential
brave.
workers.
Yeah.
My friend, her father is in the hospital because he kept going to work, and he's on a respirator. She can't go visit him. I mean, he was working for us. Those people are brave. It's not brave to put out your stand-up special when everybody's home. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not brave for you to. I'm coming out of the closet now. It's like dude, you're not breaking any new grounds. All right, you're not.
In the closet that you like jerking off, or
yeah, or anything like really brave that she's proud of her body, no matter what shape it is. That's being really brave. It's like, no, it's not, dude. It's not brave, because when you say that's brave, and then you call what the hospital people are doing as being brave, you're basically taking away the value of them calling them brave. Does that make sense? You know?
Yeah, well, people have. I mean, especially in comedy, they've misused brave now for years. You know, again, there's so many things that need to change when we restore. When we restore order in the comedy, but that's a whole other podcast, not a wrestling one.
I'm not saying they shouldn't. Yeah, and I'm not saying like people should be ashamed of themselves or anything. I'm just saying stop using the word brave. You know.
Nobody's brave. You know who's brave? You. You're brave.
I am brave. I'm very brave.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's the pod. Hope you enjoyed this week of podcast. I think we had a good. You know, it wasn't just Andrew Lee, but we'll be back Monday with the Raw recap. Are you excited?
Yes, because I'm very excited. I'm gonna be very brave on Monday. And
You'll be very brave. We're really Raw.
I'll be very brave. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to our Friday roundup of wrestling news and Smackdown in 205, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.